Mark 2-1 in the Ohio Valley Conference. They are 3-1 here at home. Michael Westbrook along with Max Coltrane. We are underway as Little Rock in the home white uniforms has won the opening tip. It is Bayless, Lawson, Enze, Wallace, and Gatkek. Our starting lineups presented by Wilson, the official basketball of the OVC. Enze to the baseline, cut off there, and he turns it over. It is Tennessee State coming up with it out in front. Harris tries to shovel a one-handed pass inside to Petrie. They turn it over as well. Here's the starting five for Tennessee State. It is Petrie, Harper, Harris, Lorick, and Nkrumah. Again, our starting lineups presented by Wilson. We're underway with both teams missing a shot and turning it over as well.
Expect to see a really physical matchup between these two sides. Tennessee State, one of the best team, really the best team in the OVC at getting to the free throw line this year. But as we know from their last time out, they can also shoot the three ball really well.
Inside to Petrie, and he misses short. And it is out of bounds off of the Tigers. Little Rock basketball. Let's take a look at our keys to the game in this one, Max.
Yeah, the keys for Tennessee State, you got to win that rebounding battle. They've been doing that all year, plus 4.5 rebound margin. That's the second best in the OVC. And then just mentioned it, get to the free throw line. Little Rock is averaging the OVC most, 15.7 fouls a game. Not good considering the Tigers average OVC most 16.2 free throw attempts per contest.
And for Little Rock, they've got to defend the three-point line right to the rim. That time is Dante Harris with 2. Our keys to the game brought to you by Bob McCloskey Insurance, supporting student athletes as an official sponsor of the OVC.
Last thing I'll say about the keys, got to protect the ball if you're Little Rock. Aaron Nkrumah does a really good job getting his hands in defensively. This Tennessee State team, tons of steals.
Little Rock had 11 turnovers on Thursday in their 77-58 win against Tennessee Tech. Tennessee Tech out of Cookeville. Today it's Tennessee State out of Nashville. Kachi Enze will go out of the game. And his replacement is Truman Claytor IV, who had a really good contest on Thursday. Gatkek not afraid to fire. Defensive rebound cleared out by Nkrumah.
28 seconds of really solid Tigers defense that possession.
Nkrumah will pull up on the three, just a bit too strong. And it is Claytor with the rebound. Right back the other way. Well, there's what you're talking about. Got to protect the basketball.
Yeah, some nervy possessions so far for Little Rock.
Travis Harper, our player to watch, and he misfires there. Came into the game averaging 16.8 a contest. 2.5 minutes in. It's a 2-0 Tennessee State lead. Not anymore. Jonathan Lawson connects from downtown on the game's first three.
You can see Nolan Smith not happy about things either. Quick timeout. Jonathan Lawson, one of the most decorated Tennessee high school players in their state's history, having his way early.
Lawson averaging 15.4 a game, 3.7 rebounds a contest. He's our player to watch in this one. We told you at the onset of the broadcast, he had a big game Thursday, played nearly 37 minutes. He continues to log minutes as well for this Trojan team, and they're going to need that the rest of the way this year.
They absolutely will, and you would not be able to tell that Jonathan Lawson is being worked in the way he has been this year just by seeing him and the way he prepares for each game and the way he walks around the gym. It's always even-keeled, calm, and once he starts getting them to drop, they don't stop dropping.
So Kachi Enze went to the bench early for Little Rock. Played only 2 minutes, and it has been Claytor in his place. Claytor stays out there right now. Tennessee State coming into today's game with a winning record of 8-5. Misses a close one there.
And Nkrumah frustrated. He knows he should have had that one. Good job by Toon down low for Little Rock, battling with Jalen Petrie. This is a different type of big man that Tennessee State have in Jalen Petrie. He's one of the leading rebounders in the OVC. He's going to cause problems as well.
This team has won 3 of their last 4 games, including a win over UNLV as Gatkek tries to go up for the dunk, and it's a transition the other way for Nkrumah, and he's fouled. Nkrumah going to the free throw line. Foul is on Jonathan Lawson, his first personal, team's second.
Yeah, you take that if you're Little Rock. That's a disadvantageous position defensively with Nkrumah already in that spot down low going up, trying to get a bucket.
Excuse me, just the first team foul against Little Rock. First free throw is up and in. Nkrumah at 76.5% at the line this season. 16.2 a game and 4.6 rebounds a contest.
Little Rock going to have to be careful with the fouls. Tennessee State, it's hard to find somebody that's under 70% from the line on this entire roster. They shoot 75% as a unit from the charity stripe.
That's number one in the conference. They have a 1-point lead right now as Bayless makes his way to the rim but could not finish. Passes behind Nkrumah, but he does hang on to it. Three won't go. Wallace with the rebound. Well, Tennessee Tech on Thursday shot 34 three-point attempts. That's a long two from Bayless offline. Petrie with the rebound. I don't know if we'll see Tennessee State take as many, but as we told you, one guy hit 9 in one game.
Yeah, much lower quantity, but you cannot take your eyes off of Travis Harper around the perimeter for sure.
Nkrumah, good leave underneath for Petrie as the defense collapsed, and he's fouled and heading to the line when we come back. 15:55 to play in the first. Tennessee State doubling up Little Rock in the early going. 6-3 our score here in Little Rock tonight.
Dove Man is an official sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Buy Dove Man's product for a chance to win tickets. Watch this. Oh! Touchdown! That's what I'm talking about!
Here's up, Coach. Media's here. Watch me work, baby.
I'm sure they're here to see the commissioner coverage.
Excuse me, Commissioner.
When health insurance doesn't cover everything, what's the move?
Aflac. What the commissioner means is that Aflac gives you cash to help with all those medical bills.
We think you're amazing.
I came to see you, huh?
Get help with expenses health insurance doesn't cover with
Aflac, an official sponsor of ESPN College Game Day.
How do we get Aflac?
Man, they gotta ask about it at work.
They are working.
Through HIMS, I found ED treatment that helped me rediscover my confidence. For me, it's not about performance. It's about presence, showing up, in my body, in my mind, in the moment. With personalized treatment delivered directly, I can live my life with the confidence that I'll be ready, because my treatment is made for me. Find your treatment at hims.com.
The NBA on ESPN is happening now. We don't know who's going to catch fire or who will shock the world, but we do know that for opening week, Christmas, and everywhere in between.
Back-to-back Ohio Valley Conference home games for the Little Rock Trojans. Thursday night, Truman Claytor the fourth getting into the action in a big way. 13 points on 5 of 9 shooting. And season high 29 minutes played for him as well. Big part of the 77-58 win over Tennessee Tech. He's on the bench right now.
Man, a huge part of that victory for Little Rock. We have known that they have been depleted at this guard position for quite some time, really ever since this year got underway, ever since last year even. And so they can take all the production that they can get from that position.
Tachienze is back in the game. He secured that rebound a moment ago. Not certain as to why he went out 2 minutes in. Inside to Wallace. Turnaround shot from Wallace. Can't finish. And right now, Tennessee State doing a great job of crashing the defensive glass.
Yeah, Little Rock getting a lot of the looks they want, but they have not had to deal with a big man like Jalen Petrie yet this season.
Neither side with an offensive rebound just yet. Here goes Dante Harris on the pull-up jumper. Missed it short. Off of Gatkek's foot. It will remain with Tennessee State with 20 on the shot clock. J.C. Brooks coming into the game. sophomore from Canada. And also Kavian Jones taking the floor for the first time, the redshirt freshman out of Franklin, Tennessee. A deep bench for Tennessee State. That's off of Wallace again, and they'll just move to the other side of the court to inbound. No harm done there.
It is a deep bench, a much longer roster sheet for Tennessee State in terms of who they give minutes to. It's going to be a disciplined team under one of the great college players, now coach, first-year head coach Nolan Smith.
After spending a year with Memphis last season and now the head coach of Tennessee State, but All-American at Duke. The foul was against Toon Gatkick, which is his second personal foul. He was in a little bit of foul trouble on Thursday as well, as Gatkick played less than 30 minutes, a rarity for him. He did finish with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Little Rock has shifted to the zone defense, and Tennessee State makes quick work of that. A basket for Jones.
Look at the court vision from Nkrumah that time. Saw that they went to zone. There'd be a little bit more space down low. A little two-hand overhead pass. Create the shot.
Working to Gatkick on the elbow. Now he shovels it underneath to Bayless. Good cut and a good finish.
That is what Darrell Walker wants Little Rock's offense to look like. Toon playing quarterback, off-ball screens, and a wide-open layup.
Now, I feel like we didn't see as much of that on Thursday because Toon was in some foul trouble. And also, it was a little bit more of a transition game than what Little Rock's used to. Wow, how about that? The spin move, count the basket, and one coming up for Aaron Nkrumah.
Yeah, dealt with the harm there, got the bucket. You can see Clater trying to defend the shot. Definitely a slap on the arm. Look at the strength to continue upwards and get just enough lift on that ball for the and one opportunity. Nkrumah, he's the third best scorer in the OVC so far this year.
6'6", 175-pound senior. Open is Clater. Does he have the same magic from Thursday night? So far he does.
Man, smooth shooting stroke from the guard that time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he doesn't know me, but I caught him in the hallway down here before the game. I said, hey, man, great game Thursday night. He said, yes, sir. I said, we got a little feature package on you. We're going to play some highlights. Yes, sir. I said, good luck. He said, yes, sir. So respectful, at least. All business before the game.
No messing around.
Now here is Lawson. They swing it over to Clater. He'll quick fire again. Not this time.
Yeah, another good shot. That was a good job by the Tigers to close down Lawson. You know he wanted to pull that transition three.
Damon Howard Jr. in the game. He sends it over to Nkrumah. Airballs the three, and they got to save it inbounds. Little Rock comes up with it. No major numbers, but they're going to run anyways. Bayless to Toon, and he's fouled. Gatkick going to the line.
Yeah, good foul in the end by Kavian Jones as the Tigers were beat there down low. This all started with Braxton Bayless off-ball movement and then a good handoff and then, yeah, unquestionable foul there down low.
You have to foul right there. You don't want Gatkick to get a dunk on you. Jones the foul, his first. That's the first foul against Tennessee State in this contest as well. Our officials for tonight's game, Luke Chittum, Alex Manuel, and Michael Stromiolo. Free throw good.
Great to see Gatkick get both there to start things off on the stripe for Little Rock. You know, it's been a rough year from the free throw line. It has gotten better since OVC play has gotten underway, though.
Little Rock now shooting it at 62% from the free throw line this season. Baseline jumper falls for Khalil London.
I think their OVC clip is up at 69, 70% or so, which is boding well for Little Rock. They've gotten themselves away from kind of the bottom five in Division I in that category.
Definitely good to see as Gatkick is fouled. J.C. Brooks will be ticketed for that one, his first. That's the second team foul against Tennessee State. 12:48 to play in the first. Tigers holding on to a three-point lead, 13-10. Lawson with a three-pointer early. That's his only basket so far. Bayless back to Lawson. Lawson trying to work his way into the paint and get a little bit closer. More high percentage shot, can't hit. Gatkeck, no. A third follow. Lawson with the basket.
Yeah, that's been Little Rock Trojans basketball these past few years. 6 bodies in the paint and just go up and who wants it more. A couple offensive boards and a couple points as well.
And I'll tell you, I know we said Lawson's even keel most of the time, smooth. Right there, he showed a little emotion on that basket.
This will be a physical one for sure.
Drive in, and that does not fall. It was halfway down for Howard. Wallace cleans up the glass. A chance for Little Rock to take the lead. Now Lawson looking to back down. The smaller defender goes up. Oh, a block. No goaltending called. Play on. Coach Walker can't believe it. You got to be careful not to give up an easy 2. They don't.
I'm right there with Coach Walker. Not a clue out. That wasn't goaltend.
Toon Gatkeck says, I'll take 2.
It's worth the price of admission right there.
Wow. And that gives Little Rock an emphatic 1-point lead. Back the other way. Nkrumah cannot connect. Clay to the rebound. Everybody catch your breath. It's starting to pick up a little bit. Clater, he's open. He fires. Can't hit. Brooks the rebound.
That no goaltend call really got the crowd into it more than anything. And
sure did.
Toon loves when the crowd gets into it.
Into the corner. Now a look underneath. And nice little reverse move there from Jones for the basket.
And crafty big man move. Little pump fake. Got the defender jumping. Hook from the right. Nice move there down low.
Tennessee State trying to get their reserves into the game. 4 players have been sitting at the scorer's table for a while. Watch out. Nkrumah, he's got the easy 2. Nothing too fancy, just made sure he got the basket.
Yeah, we're still too early in this one. 2 points for Nkrumah. Good defensive work. Khalil London there starting things off for the Tigers.
It was a good timeout here. 10:33 to play in the first. Lawson putting it back in. Little Rock around the rim early, but trail by 3.
Kentucky, we're moving forward together. Our businesses are winning, and our families are thriving. Because Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky, one where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. So come explore your new Kentucky home.
Are you ready to take your money to new heights? Get a flexible high-yield checking account that lets you customize your interest rate so you can keep your finances headed in the right direction. With Elevate Checking from United Fidelity Bank, you're in control of how much you earn. You can raise your rate with a few easy steps. Get more ways to earn more with Elevate Checking and start earning 4.00% APY. Learn more at unitedfidelity.com/elevate or visit your local banking center.
Get your tickets today.
Coach Walker taking a timeout. His team trailing by 3. The intensity certainly has picked up here the last couple of minutes. He's trying to slow it down a little bit. Well, Thursday night, the intensity started to pick up in the paint. Tennessee Tech couldn't get anything going because of the big block party from the Little Rock defense.
Yeah, Little Rock defense, it starts with Toon, the defending OVC Defender of the Year, and then they've added some great physicality as well. Kachiense has been a menace defensively all season long. Cameron Wallace is now starting in his 5th game. He's just added to that physicality and strength down low defensively for Little Rock. That is the identity of their program in the last couple of years for sure.
5 points for Lawson to lead his team right now. Nkrumah leads all scorers with 7. It is Little Rock basketball out of the break, trailing by 3 with 10:30 to go in the first half. Little Rock looking to run a bit. Here is Wallace right to the rim, but he could not get the roll. Thought he had an easy two headed his way. Harris right around Wallace with the layup. He's quick.
This is one of those games where I think that Little Rock is going to want to control the pace more, and I think the Tigers are going to want to do the opposite. They're going to want to thrive on a chaotic back-and-forth contest with high turnovers on either side. Now Little Rock settling into a possession.
And it's Wallace. He'll go right back to the rim. Missed another one close, and it will stay with Little Rock basketball, so the Trojans catch a break with a fresh 20 to work with.
Yeah, good tenacity from Wallace just to keep driving. The help defense was right on time down low that time from the Tigers, though.
Giving Gatkick quite a bit of space. It's important to get Wallace going. And the bigs play well. Little Rock's got a real shot. Enze has to hurry. 3 on the shot clock. Extra pass. Wallace has to fire, or Lawson, I should say. And he cannot come up with it. Look at how fast they ran the other direction. Maybe let another goaltend go. Yeah. Some hands on the backboard there.
It's a tangled up mess.
It is a frantic pace from Tennessee State. It does appear that that's how they want it to go.
Yeah, I don't think they mind that too much. They force more turnovers than anybody else in the OVC. They want this to be a chaotic fixture here.
They score 80 points a game. There's a big basket from Enze, his first of the contest.
Gave a look after that one as if to say, I most definitely did not call bank, but it's open regardless for Enze. Good tactical kicked ball there from Gatkick just to get everybody back set up. You know, you see a frame. I say this pretty much every time I'm on here. You see a frame like Toon Gatkick, you think blocks first defensively. It really is the other way around. His defense starts all the way, if they're full court pressing, 90 feet away from the hoop. So many steals every year for Gatkick.
Had one on Thursday night along with 2 blocked shots. Still a 3-point Tennessee State lead as Howard dials up a 3 offline. And once again, Tennessee State will keep the basketball here. Darrell Walker said in his postgame, even though it was a near 20-point win, 19-point victory over Tennessee Tech, that his team did not rebound well enough, and they're going to have to do a better job of that in this one. Up against 3 defenders goes Lorick, and he's fouled.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Michael, about rebounding. Tennessee State rebound about as well as any other team in the OVC. I think UT Martin's the only team that does so better margin-wise. Maybe a little bit of a brush on the elbow there as Lorick went up.
They called it on Enze, his first. Free throw good for Lorick, his first point of the contest.
A little surprised to see Toon, and just on time there as Toon gets some rest. With on 2 fouls, he's got some serious minutes in this first half despite the 2 early fouls. He's fouled out once this year. He's somebody who Little Rock need to have on the floor for as much time as possible in this contest.
Yeah, well, speaking of rest, Tennessee State, they last played on December the 30th. They
a whole year ago.
Yeah, exactly. Remember it like it was last year. Yep. So they've had a few extra days compared to Little Rock. It's 2-on-1. There's the lob to Wallace. He tries to dunk it. It was blocked. Wow. Enze right back to the rim. The basket and one. Well, Wallace wants that back, but this could actually result in more points here.
Yeah, good job by Little Rock early on in the possession to break the press and just find that look, as no whistle there on the first one. Maybe a makeup call on the second effort for Enze.
Letting them play through some contact, that's for sure. The foul was on Harper, his first. And Enze at the line can't complete the 3-point play. He's at 77% from the line this year, one of the better free throw shooters for Little Rock. But yes, Tennessee State coming off an 88-76 win at Tennessee Tech on the 30th, and they did not play on Thursday. Harper against Clater. All sorts of movement from Harper. And the shot doesn't go, but out of bounds. It's Little Rock basketball. Inside 8 media timeout, 7:53 to play. Tennessee State holding on to a 3-point lead. Just a one-possession game, back and forth men's college basketball on ESPN+.
Get the most out of the postseason with the bundle. Watch ESPN's college football playoff and ESPN's NFL playoff games. And with NFL Plus Premium, get NFL Network and watch all live NFL playoff games on mobile, plus full game replays. Unlock it all with the ESPN and NFL Plus Premium bundle.
The NBA on ESPN is happening now. We don't know who's going to catch fire or who will shock the world. But we do know that for opening week, Christmas, finals, and everywhere in between, there's one place to call home.
Stop playing with me.
It's not over. Not yet. This is the national championship. When it's over, you'll feel it. The CFP National Championship, Monday, January 19th at 7:30 p.m. on ESPN.
The goal in the playoff is always to crown a worthy champion.
This is why you do what you do.
All of the work, the grind, all of the blood, sweat, and tears was for this moment.
Somebody line me up!
We're live. This is a new era of college football.
You will see the best on display.
The NBA on ESPN is happening now. And we don't know who's going to catch fire or who will shock the world. We don't know which bucket will break hearts. What'll go down in the rumor mill or inside the NBA. We don't know who's turning up courtside or when we'll hear a. But we do know that for opening week, Christmas, finals, and everywhere in between, there's one place to call home.
Stop playing with me. We can feel it coming. The intensity. Every snap. One.
At Tennessee State, I tell you what, Max, coaching royalty for Tennessee State. We had Candace Dupree on the women's side. You've got a former ACC All-American on the men's side, national champion in 2010 with Duke.
Yeah, nicknamed the People's Champ by the community in North Carolina. One of the best Duke players to ever come through the program. National championship, ACC Player of the Year in 2011. Finished his career 17th all-time in Duke men's basketball history with 1,911 points in his career. Just, yeah, coaching royalty, like you said, Michael.
And, you know, we don't have any Nolan Smith jerseys in the crowd here today as Clater gets close to the rim but can't finish. Volleyballed around a bit, something you're familiar with, Max.
Indeed.
Here is Lawson. His three doesn't go. But we did see some Kyrie Irving jerseys in the crowd here today. And, of course, Nolan played with Kyrie when they were at Duke together. How about that?
A couple of Mavericks Kyrie jerseys. Actually, figured out Kyrie in their days at Duke nicknamed Nolan Smith the facilitator.
Okay.
Imagine that.
How about that? Getting a nickname from Kyrie Irving.
From Kyrie Irving. That's like Sylvester Stallone calling you the boxer or something. I mean, but just an incredible collegiate player, drafted by the Trailblazers, couple years in the league, couple years overseas, and takes over at Tennessee State. Remember last year, or the last, 8 seasons for the Tigers, it was Penny Collins leading the way. There's Kyrie in the crowd right there, former Nolan Smith teammate.
I'm sure they're watching the broadcast on that phone, so they'll probably see it here in just a second.
Their Duke days, just somebody that you definitely want leading your ship if you're Tennessee State.
The foul was on Lawson. He did not like the call. He thought he was pushed. 1-and-1 situation as Little Rock's already picked up their 7th foul in the first half, something that you felt like could happen in this one.
Yeah, it's something that's likely to happen in both periods. No team in the OVC has been able to keep Tennessee State off of the free throw line yet this season.
And for Harper, he gets his first points of the game.
Great find.
Yes, Wallace back the other way. His first 2. They need him to get going. Wallace coming into the game averaging 13.5 a game.
It's been a slow burn of a year for Cameron Wallace. Started off on the bench, earned his spot on the starting 5, and he hasn't looked back.
Here's Harper, 3, good. Wow, that was a quick shot.
Yeah, you got to watch him. That's the one. 9 threes, tied a program record last time out. You can get hot in an instant, and the back and forth between him and Jonathan Lawson talking trash on each possession is cinema from a fan's point of view.
Yeah, 9 of 14. You said he'd already taken 2 2-point shots, and that's more than same amount as he had taken last game.
Yeah, pretty crazy stat line against Tennessee Tech for Harper. He was 9 for 14 from the 3, 9 for 16 overall. They just wanted to feed him around the perimeter. And if they keep dropping here this afternoon, they're going to do the same thing.
Tavion Jones and J.C. Brooks are back in for Tennessee State. Despite all the fouls, it feels like the officials have let them play some. 7 fouls for Little Rock, 4 for Tennessee State. Trojan basketball, well, there's a foul away from the hoop, or from the ball. And that's on Travis Harper, his second. So a little bit dangerous territory for Travis Harper, picking up his second foul. Still 6:16 to go in the first half. Little Rock finds themselves down by 2 possessions again. He's hovered around that 3 or 4 point mark. Nice pass again. Bayless the finish.
Braxton Bayless does so many things well on the offensive end. Right at the top of that list, along with his facilitation, is his ability to move off the ball and find those little pockets of space, like down low that time.
Nkrumah swings it into the corner. And good hands by Clater, but he can't quite get it as it's out of bounds.
And Clater is everywhere on that left wing on that possession. Just long arms and almost able to get back to that before it touches down at midway.
Making the most of his minutes. He's starting to earn even more. Nkrumah, quick start, a little bit quiet as of late, as that 3 will not go. Nkrumah is now 2 of 7 from the floor. Really a lot of his points at the free throw line, where he's 3 of 3.
It was a rough shooting night last time out for Nkrumah as well.
Enze pulls the trigger on the deep 3. Bayless an offensive rebound. And he'll look for some help over to Lawson. Lawson working down a smaller defender. Now a double team. All sorts of contact. Lawson going to the free throw line.
Absolutely everything but the bucket right here for Jonathan Lawson. Great job from him. The Tigers, they've got the memo. Their closeouts on him at the three-point line are really quick, forcing him to go inside, and then could have been a foul on a couple of different Tigers on that one.
I was having to look to see who they did put that one on Harris. Lawson playing 35 minutes a contest. Big numbers. He's 7th in the Ohio Valley Conference in scoring at 15.7 a game. Rattles home some free throws. Hopefully it'll just become routine that they keep making them. We won't have to continue talking about where they were and where they've come.
It's true. It's true. That has been the trend in this last week or two for Little Rock. And have to think that things will average out eventually from the stripe.
Caleb Pennyfeather is in the game now. He can't hold on to that basketball, and so it stays with Tennessee State. 4 out of 5 from the line for Little Rock in the contest. Tigers are 7 of 8. Both teams shooting the ball well from the charity stripe. 20 on the shot clock. Inside 5 to play in the first half. Inbounds to London as Little Rock has jumped back into the zone. It's going to create some long shot opportunities, and London hits it.
Yeah, NBA range there from Khalil London. And Tennessee State's so quick to recognize when Little Rock changed their scheme.
Now the foul on London, his first. #17 foul, 1-on-1 situation for Toon Gatkek. 60% this season for Gatkek, 2 for 2 in the contest.
That is not the type of foul that you want to be giving up if you are the Tigers at midcourt. Don't even force the Trojans to get into an advantageous area. And number 7 as well.
Gatkek entering today's contest, averaging 10 points, 5 rebounds. Tennessee State still holding on to the lead, and it feels like every time Little Rock's had a chance to tie it or maybe take a lead, they can't quite get that basket to go, and then Tennessee State has one extra. Holding on to a 4-point lead right now.
It's what good offensive teams do. You just never feel like you can quite catch up to them. Look at the no-look pass from Nkrumah.
Wow, not much you can do with that. Jones with the basket. He was open underneath. A lot of attention on Nkrumah and his scoring ability. Beautiful pass there. Now it is Lawson. We've seen a lot of Lawson taking his defender one-on-one. Not a lot of ball movement there, but media timeout's going to send Lawson to the line when we come back. 3:57 to go in the first. Tennessee State by 6 on ESPN+.
Is hard at work ensuring the safe and reliable delivery of natural gas. From routine maintenance to the replacement of natural gas pipelines, it's what we do to keep the community safe. But it's more than just a job. It's about neighbors helping neighbors, because we're also proud members of the communities we serve. So next time you see one of our crews at work, be a good neighbor and steer clear, and we'll all come home safe and sound. Here's to our community's safe and smart energy future.
Banking today is intertwined with the lives of our customers. Having quick access to your money makes life so much easier. Use the mobile banking app to deposit checks, pay bills, pay people, transfer funds, check account balances, and so much more. All from the comfort of your home, work, or on the go. If you ever need help, just stop in your nearest German-American bank office or call us for customer service excellence. This is technology backed by people. German-American Bank, member FDIC.
In Kentucky, we're moving forward together. Our businesses are winning, and our families are thriving. Because Kentucky is a place where business is fast, but the pace of life is just right. Now, we're looking at a new Kentucky. One where good jobs and a good life are possible for everyone. Y'all interested? We don't blame you. So come explore your new Kentucky home.
Welcome back to the Jack Stevens Center. Rashad Jones-Jennings just recognized during the break. We're going to interview him at halftime. Led the nation in rebounding his senior season here at Little Rock. Really cool recognition. There's Darrell Walker as in his 8th year as the head coach of Little Rock. We've talked about it. He's coached at every level possible. I'm telling you, the coaching royalty that we had here today. If you're not out here watching some basketball at Jack Stevens Center, at least you're watching us, so thanks for that. But, I mean, there's some legends that rolled through here today.
There are. Always legends coming through the Jack. Coincidentally enough, it's the only basketball game right now between teams from Arkansas and Tennessee.
Well, there you go. Lawson, one more free throw coming his way. We were saying before the break, it's a lot of one-on-one right now with Lawson, it seems like.
Yeah, it almost seems like a personal matchup for him. I mean, he's from Memphis in Tennessee. Not sure how many of these guys he knows, but he has tried to go to the cup more than usual. He's been very physical, and he's even talked a little trash, which we're not as much used to seeing from Lawson.
He made both free throws there, and so Lawson has a team-high 9 points. And here you are, situation, you're within 4 again. You need the big play. They get it with a block. And now you look for a counter on offense at the other end. Pennyfeather, Bayless, Lawson, Enze, and Gatkek are the 5 on the floor for the Trojans. Little Rock trying to keep the basketball moving. Shot clock's down to 8. Here we are again. It's Lawson. He'll have to do something. 6 to shoot. Lawson drawing the contact again, heading back to the free throw line.
And normally it's the Tigers that own the free throw stripe, but Lawson, I mean, they just don't have an answer for him when he comes and tries to get inside. Another trip to the stripe. Almost got that one to go also.
Yeah, second foul on Jones. And the foul count has flipped here. Remember, Little Rock had picked up their 7th when Tennessee State only had 4. And now the Tigers have 9 fouls compared to just 7 for Little Rock.
6 or 7 of those probably on Jonathan Lawson by himself.
Yeah, Lawson's heading towards a big day. 11 points now, a perfect 6 of 6 at the line. Just 2 of 7 from the floor, but getting his points from 15 feet away. 3 minutes to go, first half. Damon Howard running the point. They've extended out that zone defense up high, but that leaves it open underneath, and they get it again.
The zone has been exploited for Little Rock so far on 3 or 4 different possessions in this first half. At least a couple of open layups like that. Not sure if the Trojans will have to switch up the scheme or what. We know that they go between different types of zones and man possession by possession really throughout the course of a game.
Jones came into the game averaging just 4 points per game. He has 8 already in this first half. Enze loses it out of bounds. It's a turnover on Little Rock, their 4th of the game. Tennessee State 1 turnover so far through nearly 18 minutes of action.
Yeah, both teams doing a really good job protecting the ball. I thought that Little Rock was going to be in a little more trouble than they have been, but they've done a good job of breaking the press at times. And
considering it feels a little frantic from time to time.
Certainly.
There's Lawson with a turnover.
Right on cue.
The broadcaster jinx or curse worked out for Little Rock.
This is in system for the Trojans.
Lawson gets tangled up, and now both teams turn it over. Back-to-back possessions. Nkrumah works it into the corner. London on the drive. Got to be careful not to travel there, and they'll restart the offense. Nolan Smith saying motion, get the ball moving. London picked up by Bayless as we're down to 90 seconds to go in the first half. Once again, Tennessee State not relenting on defense, still with a 4-point lead. Second chance effort, a foul coming. As free throws now for J.C. Brooks. Tonkachi Enze, his second.
Yeah, I think that's probably the right call from the officials. It's unfortunate because Caleb Pennyfeather was rising there, timed that one up beautifully, but contact on the earlier bit of the shot attempt.
J.C. Brooks with one more coming his way. There's the block from Pennyfeather, just a bit too late. Pennyfeather will go out of the game. Truman Claytor, the 4th, is back in. Enze will take a break, and Wallace returns.
We're going a little bit smaller here. They might try and up the pace. Maybe some more frantic chaos here in the last 80 or so seconds.
We'll see what happens. See if they try to get it to Wallace or they go to Gatkick. Try to facilitate the offense. There's Wallace cutting through, but he's not open. Back to Lawson. Again, he's just taking them on one at a time. Shot won't go. Tap back effort missed as well. Less than a minute to play. Tennessee State's running. Nkrumah around Lawson. Another Bayless no-look pass. Claytor cleans it up.
Man, what a block by Wallace. It looked like the Tigers were in.
Claytor fouled up high by Brooks. Good move by Claytor to go around the back there.
Yeah, Claytor's impressed me with his handle. He has looked poised in these last few outings since getting his minutes upped and into this rotation.
Limited free throw opportunities this year for the junior out of Toledo, Ohio. He's 5 of 6 at the line. They get 5 of 7. And for Little Rock, they're 9 of 12 before the contest. Caleb Pennyfeather will return here. 42 seconds to go. Get Gatkick a little extra break and also make sure he doesn't pick up his 3rd foul. Gatkick leaves with 2. Claytor 1 of 2 at the line.
That is a really big piece of news for Little Rock that Gatkick stays on 2 going into the half. I think he had those 2 in the first 5 or 6 minutes of the contest.
Yeah, early on, we were worried about him being in foul trouble for the 2nd consecutive game. Not so much. 3-point Tennessee State lead and 11-second difference between our game and shot clock. Plenty of time. And it is Claytor causing some havoc, and it's out of bounds off of Nkrumah.
Yeah, that's one that Aaron Nkrumah is going to want back there. Just a pacey pass that he couldn't handle. Claytor getting a finger in.
Just the 3rd turnover for the Tigers. And here's Little Rock yet again with a chance to get within 1, maybe even tie the game. I would imagine it is going to stay with Jonathan Lawson. 11 points for Lawson. And he does give it up to Pennyfeather. Pennyfeather to the rim.
Look at the move from Caleb Pennyfeather. He's a defensive first guy, but you see the footwork and what he can get up to. Little spin around. How about the left?